What was the origin story of the legendary lost city of Atlantis? What really happened to cause its great downfall? And could there be any truth behind the myths? Join us today as we look into the mysterious history of Atlantis and the tale of its destruction as told by Plato. The tale of Atlantis is one of the most famous stories in all of history. And although it's considered a myth, some people do believe that there could be some truth behind the legend. The story goes back over 2,000 years to an account given by the Greek philosopher Plato. In his text, Timaeus and Critias, he tells the story of a great island nation that lay in the Atlantic Ocean, but which had sunk beneath the waves in a single day and night. He described how the Atlanteans were a powerful and advanced civilization who ruled over the western part of the Atlantic Ocean, but because they became arrogant and aggressive towards the other nations, they incurred the wrath of the gods and were subsequently punished. Their great city of Atlantis sank into the sea, and only 2 of their 9 divisions survived, one of which settled in the area of the Strait of Gibraltar, and the other in the Aegean Sea, where they founded the city of Athens. In this video, we will examine Plato's account of Atlantis and the Atlanteans in detail, exploring the possibility that there could be more to the story than just a fanciful myth. We will also discuss why the tale of Atlantis has captured the imagination of writers, artists, and scholars for centuries. So let's get started. Before we begin, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about ancient history. Also, stick around until the end of the video to learn more about our new project. Atlantis is mentioned in 2 of Plato's dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. In Timaeus, Plato describes the creation of the universe and then gives an account of the origins of the city of Athens. In doing so, he refers to the war between the Athenians and their former colony, the Atlanteans, located in the Atlantic Ocean. This war is said to have taken place around 9000 BC, when Atlantis was still above ground. According to Plato, the Atlanteans were descended from Poseidon, the god of the sea, and were blessed with great wisdom, virtue, and physical beauty. They were a naval power, and their fleet was second to none. Their society was highly advanced, and their citizens lived in peace and harmony. However, their wealth and power went to their heads, and they became greedy and warlike. As a result, they began to wage war against the other nations of the world, but the gods intervened and destroyed the island of Atlantis in a single day and night. Only 2 of its 9 divisions survived, one of which settled in the area of the Strait of Gibraltar, and the other in the Aegean Sea, where they founded the city of Athens. In Critias, Plato continues the story of Atlantis and tells how the surviving Atlanteans settled in Greece. He describes their culture, their way of life, and their customs. He also gives an account of the war between the Athenians and the Atlanteans, which resulted in the destruction of the latter. According to Plato, the Athenians were aided by the gods and were able to defeat the Atlanteans despite their superior numbers and advanced technology. After the war, the Athenians returned to their city to find it sacked and destroyed. It seemed as though the gods had visited their wrath upon them as punishment for their arrogance and aggression. The story of Atlantis as told by Plato is a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and war. It is also a story about the power of the gods and their ability to punish those who cross them. While it's obviously a myth, there could be some truth behind the legend. Plato may have been referring to an actual historical event when he wrote about Atlantis, such as a natural disaster or an invasion by a foreign army. Alternatively, he may have based his story on a folk tale or a legend that was popular in his day. So what really happened to cause the downfall of Atlantis? According to Plato, the Atlanteans were a peaceful and harmonious society until they became greedy and warlike. This caused the gods to punish them and destroy their island. But there are other possible explanations for the downfall of Atlantis. Some scholars believe that Plato was referring to a real historical event when he wrote about the destruction of Atlantis. There have been many theories about what this event could have been. Some believe that it was a volcanic eruption, while others believe that it was a tsunami or a meteorite impact. It's also possible that Plato was referring to an invasion by a foreign army, such as the Persians or the Carthaginians. These theories are all plausible, and it's difficult to say which one, if any, is correct. One of the most enduring aspects of the story of Atlantis is the mystery surrounding its location. Plato described Atlantis as being located in the Atlantic Ocean, but he didn't give any specific details about its exact location. This has led to speculation and debate among scholars for centuries. Some believe that Atlantis was located off the coast of Portugal, while others believe it was located in the Mediterranean Sea. There's no evidence to support any of these theories, and the location of Atlantis remains a mystery. Despite the lack of evidence, the story of Atlantis has captured the imagination of writers, artists, and scholars for centuries. One of the earliest writers to refer to Atlantis was the Roman philosopher Pliny the Elder, who wrote about it in his book Naturalis Historia. He claimed that Atlantis was an island that had sunk beneath the waves, but he didn't provide any details about its history or its people. In the Middle Ages, writers such as Roger Bacon and Leonardo da Vinci speculated about the location of Atlantis, and some even claimed to have found it. However, none of these claims were substantiated. During the Age of Exploration, as European explorers began to discover new lands, many believed that they had found Atlantis. For example, when Christopher Columbus reached the Americas, he believed that he had found the eastern coast of the island of Atlantis. However, this claim was also unfounded. In the 1800s, the story of Atlantis experienced a revival. This was due in part to the publication of Ignatius Donnelly's book Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. In this book, Donnelly claimed that Atlantis was located in the Mediterranean Sea, that its people were the ancestors of the Greeks and Romans. He also claimed that Atlantis had been destroyed by a massive earthquake. Donnelly's book was popular, and it sparked a renewed interest in the legend of Atlantis. However, his claims were not accepted by the majority of scholars. In the 1900s, the story of Atlantis continued to capture the imagination of writers and filmmakers. One of the most famous works of fiction based on the legend of Atlantis is A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by American author Mark Twain, published in 1889. The novel tells the story of a man who is transported back in time to the court of King Arthur. While there, he uses his knowledge of future technology and history to make significant changes to the past, though not explicitly stated. The island of Atlantis is referenced in the story and serves as an inspiration for some of the novel's characters and plot devices. Another famous work of fiction based on the legend of Atlantis is The Lost City of Atlantis by American author Ignatius Donnelly, published in 1882. The novel tells the story of a group of explorers who set out to find the lost city of Atlantis. Along their journey, they encounter many dangers and adventures, but ultimately succeed in their quest. While the novel is not based on any historical events, it captures the imagination of readers with its thrilling plot and exploration of the mysteries surrounding the lost city. The search for Atlantis has also been the subject of numerous documentaries and television shows. One of the most popular documentaries about Atlantis is Atlantis: The Real Story, which aired on the Discovery Channel in 2003. The documentary explores the latest evidence and theories about the location of Atlantis and the possibility that it could have been a real historical place. Other television shows, such as Stargate Atlantis, have taken a more fictional approach to the legend of Atlantis. These shows have captured the imaginations of viewers around the world and have further cemented the place of Atlantis in popular culture. Over the years, many people have claimed to have discovered the lost city of Atlantis, but none of these claims have been proven. Despite the lack of evidence, the story of Atlantis continues to fascinate people around the world. Perhaps it's the mystery surrounding the lost city, or the possibility that there could be some truth behind the legend that keeps people searching for Atlantis. Whatever the reason, the story of Atlantis is sure to continue to capture the imagination of people for many years to come. If you enjoyed this video, check out our other videos about ancient history. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about Atlantis. Thanks for watching.